Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough. But first, it is Friday, so hopefully you'll have yourselves a great weekend this weekend, as well as I'd like to hope that you join us back here on Monday as well. So, decided to go a little bit different with the intro shots today. Thought I'd do a little bit of a story, we got the train going across these multiple different tracks. It's basically the steel pipe train that's serving the stator factory. Decided to basically follow it on its, on most of its journey, its merry way over to the stator factory from the steel factory. Been a little bit of fun with that. Trying to pick the shots and stuff, and that's all I got to say about that. It was fun though. It was definitely fun following the train all the way through across all the bridges and whatnot. So thought thought you might all enjoy that. So then the next thing we're going to be looking at is looking at doing trains today. We are going to be trying to get a track up to where we need it in order to start the rotor factory. Now, if you weren't here last time, we had finished our stator factory, got all the machines in place, got all the belts in place, shells completed, and whatnot, and it's looking fantastic. I love the stator factory, definitely one of my more favorites. And yeah, it's making stators at 300, making stators at 300 per minute, so yeah, pretty good. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and go back to the game here. So, looking at it, where we're going to be building the stator factory. I mean, look at this thing. The stator factory looks good. So the rotor factory I want to put up there on top of that mountain, essentially up on them cliffs, overlooking the desert area. So we can have just a big old factory up there that we can see from a distance. I've kind of been mulling over some ideas on how I'm going to make a train work up to that area. There's a few different ways we can go about it, just depends on which way is going to be easier. We're going to be building trains today, though, for the most part. I doubt we'll even get to start the factory until next week, so... yes. We'll go ahead and head over here. There's our steel pipe train, the only train that's taking this path. But yeah, like I said, there's a few different ways I can go about this. We can have a spiral right here to make our way up to this cliff. That's definitely one of the easiest ways. There is another way. If we kind of break this end of the bridge here slightly, we can go up this hill and we can follow these rocks around. Let's go ahead and swap over. Oh yeah, so I removed the... I forgot I did that. My inventory's not even sorted. There we go. So I had removed the entire stator box from the temporary factory, the one over in the desert, and went ahead moved all the stators over to the actual stator factory, over to the train station. We don't have stators being uploaded at the moment because I just remembered. I had forgotten earlier. Well, I had forgotten earlier, but just remembered today, or just now. I need to do that. But yeah, see, going around the edge is okay, but there's no real way to get up necessarily. But if I was going to build around this, I would build a loop of track. I mean, yeah, we could kind of follow this. Yeah, just building track around this area is incredibly difficult. It's very, very difficult. I've tried to do it before, and I think we ended up with a little collection facility collecting that nitrogen gas there. That was pretty good. That was on the dedicated server back in the back in update 8. We played on the dedicated server a long time ago. Yeah, I think I might just do the spiral and call it good. Because there's going to be two things up here. There's going to be, you know, obviously the factory and the train station. But there's also, I also want to do a collection facility for this SAM node. I don't think anything else is up here. I really don't. I don't have a tower up here. We could put a tower up here to kind of cover this area. We'll have to clean up all the uranium and stuff too, of course. But yeah, I think the train spiral right there, making its way up onto this cliff here, would probably be the best idea. That'd be the best way of going about this. And then what we do is we tee off of that bridge right there and then kind of just curve it into the spiral, and then we follow that curve going clockwise around and around, and then we make our way up this way. You know, we can remove the wrecks, but I'm not going to unless it's absolutely necessary. You know, personal save. I've already collected all the hard drives, so I know I have every single one on the map. But yeah, see, we've got a SAM node up here, and it's mining SAM. Is this a normal node or impure? If it's impure, I ain't gonna... Okay, it's normal. Alright, so normal will give us 600 with the Mark III miner, which will be pretty damn good. So, and then what we can do is put that train station that's collecting the SAM, put it like here instead. I got to do something with all that SAM though. Let's go ahead and remove this. You know what I've never tried to do? I'll try it here in a minute. Let's trash all this. Now we have a few more slots. Never tried to throw away the SAM ore. Okay, it doesn't matter. Wait, what happens if you throw away this? No, okay. There'd be something special. That might be a little too convoluted, though. Yeah, I'm gonna remove the miner for now. Okay, so... Yeah, it's talking to us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put down an awesome sink. I'm gonna put down 2 of them. And organization, put down a big old industrial storage container. Hook those up to sinks. Okay, and we'll go ahead and empty that. It's like, yeah, I don't need it, so... Plus I can always make more. And I do have another spot that is actually making this as well. This is just one of the spots. I wanted a couple of them at the time. Just gonna get rid of all my crap. We don't need. Okay. Then we'll go mine this uranium and get it out of here. That way we can get started on our yeah, we might be working on the factory today, because if we're just going to do a train spiral, those usually they get built pretty damn quick. So okay, I think I have all of the uranium now. Other than those guys, I think that's all the uranium. We'll fly around for a bit, see if we can get some radiation. But no, I think we might have gotten it all. It's like, other than them guys, I don't see any more radiation up here, which is good. And it looks like that stuff did sink as well. Is there any more radiation here? A spot. Just gonna make absolute sure we're done. Okay. Very cool. So yeah, I guess we'll do the spiral first. Pick all this crap up. And we have power up here so I can fly around, which is nice. I will be able to fly around. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we'll tee off of this. Tee off of this bridge. I thought I fixed that. Whatever. Yeah, we'll tee off of this bridge and then we'll put the spiral here. It doesn't really matter where, just as long as it's on this grid here. And then we might use that same grid for the actual factory itself, so that everything's nice and neat. It depends on if this grid will work for the train station or not. Because this grid could be slightly off, who knows? But I do want to build, let's see. Where's the center of the bridge? Right there. Okay, so those two. These two foundations. There we go. The center of the grid. I need to know where the center is, so then I can find the center for my spiral here. Okay. So basically, like that and like that. Okay. Now the cool thing is I love this new ability. Being able to do that, because I don't have to remove the rail. I just go, okay, 1, 2, 3. I wonder, did that exchange to the signals as well? Let's say here. No, it swaps it for you. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, so if I was to put the signal on this side, right? Okay, it did swap sides. And I still would love the ability to remove the signals entirely. Just in certain circumstances, anyway. But yeah, that intersection was so much faster to build without having to remove all of the pieces. It's very nice. Alright. The way we're gonna have to do this, we're gonna have to swap these. Whoops, I didn't need to remove that other one. So pass signal, block signal. Ugh. Sometimes the blocks there, the pass signals haven't been building correctly recently. Oh, there. Please. That signal, block signal. That signal. Block signal. Okay, there's our intersection. Now I just got to build up around this. Okay, so I might have gotten a little bit carried away there. I decided to just start building, and yep, got a little bit carried away, a little bit I don't know what you call it, but yeah, got carried away with it and decided to build the entire spiral as well. So there's our entire spiral, which actually doesn't look too bad. I don't like that this is clipping in. I don't know if I can really fix that though. Not without making it different than the rest of this, but yeah. So the trains now can go up this way, and we've got our intersection here. And I made this look like it was made it look like a proper T. So you got the 3 foundations before the angle piece. Same with this side. 3 foundations. 1, 2, 3 foundations on this side as well. So it looks like one big piece, which you know, looks pretty damn nice, if I do say so myself. Oh, I forgot to. I was gonna drag this over. Yeah, just gonna drag it all the way over. Just because this is a very special bridge, so it needs all the triangles. It's like, yep, it needs all the triangles. Why is there one missing there? Interesting. Let's go with that. Oh. Okay. But yeah, it comes up here. We had to do a weird little curve here to make this work. Just because that's just the way it is. I couldn't just, you know, bring it over to this curve because then it would cut into the legs. And I couldn't bring the curve here because of where everything was at. I'd have to completely move the intersection, and I'd have to completely rebuild this section down here, which I didn't want to do. So, but yeah, we go up here. We've got supports for all of our rail line going all the way over. Oh, I completely forgot to do that too. I did want to do that. Yeah, I wanted to put a little tiny support in the middle of this. There you go. Yeah, that's roughly the middle. Just to, you know, give it a little bit of support, but the rest of this is all good. And then we come up to the very top here. This does take a while. Building these things takes, you're talking hours and hours. Just to build this took me about 3.5 hours. Just to build this because, and it's not because of the structure or anything. Building the structure and the train rail takes about half an hour or so. Half an hour to an hour, depending on how quick you are. And building the rest of the structure takes, you know, just a full-on hour just to put all these little bits in. I decided to use the ramps rather than what my usual go-to is, which is the quarter pipes. I wanted something a little bit different, something a little more angular, so went with that. But yeah, it's these pieces right here. So these pieces, they snap to the bottom of the rails. But as you can see, you have to hand place each one of these. So if you were to actually take a beam and go all the way down here, you're going to notice that a lot of these beams are not quite in the exact same spot. So all this is all has to be handmade. So you have to do the inner circle and the outer circle, and then you have to go along the outer circle and place beams just underneath the track and snap them to the sides all the way up the curve. And you have to do that as many times as it goes around, of course. I guess I could technically blueprint it, but the problem with it is you don't know how big this thing is. So you can't blueprint the entire thing. You'd have to blueprint in sections, which maybe one day we'll do. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could go to here with your rail lines, and then with this, as you can see there. So that'd be the 5x5 right there. Just a quarter of it. You'd have to build it in quarters. Which would probably actually not be too bad. You know what? I might think about it. I might think about actually doing this. As you can see, it's not blueprinted. Otherwise, it'd show up big old white boxes. But yeah, it's not blueprinted. And I said to go this way. I was actually thinking about going this way, but I was like, that way's way longer than this way. This way's closer, so I decided to do that. And I decided to put in a little extra support just right there. Because obviously that's not going to support the entire thing with it going all the way across like that. So, alrighty. Now that we've showed off that, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and start building over here. Now I got to be very careful. I've been having a lot of crashes just recently today. Speaking of, there's my radio. I've actually crashed 4 times just trying to build this simple spiral. Also, the rails are bugged. I've got powered rail up there, but it doesn't seem to want to work. And then all of a sudden it just works. As you can see, even though I'm right next to this... Oh, it did connect there at that time. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a pain in my butt. And then, of course, we're gonna have the factory with all the train stations. Then we're gonna have that. I'm actually going to locate the actual train collection over here. It's either that or we just have it in the mix of the rest of the rest of the train stations. So. Yeah, and the one thing I did want to test before we went too much further... What kind of, should we do a concrete base this time? I think we should. I've been using these, actually painting these black, just so they stand out, you know? So it stands out from the rest of the build. Or the rest of the build, the rest of the rock and stuff, because the rock's all red. The regular concrete just doesn't stand out all that much. Also, I love how you can see the lights of the belts from the... You just about see these little white lines on the top of that rubber and plastic facility. And you could just about see our stators, which is what I want. I want this all to be separated out like this. I wanted it to be close so that we could belt in between, but I was like, I've already done that, and we already broke the rule for the frames, but the frames are a little more special, so... and plus they were going to be, it's going to be a very special build, so I just wanted to do that. And the reason I went up this high was because we're going to have the miner there. So yeah, like I said, I definitely wanted the factory itself to be up high. And I could have built the train stations down there, to be honest with you, but there was too small of a space to put 3 train stations. So we would have been overhanging into the canyon here, in between the two, overhanging that, and just it's not really worth it. So, like, it looks way more aesthetically pleasing being up here, of course. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put down some platforms here. And we're going to transport train station. And we're going to see if we can use this grid for a train station. So far, so good. Of course, we won't know until we put a few of these down. Okay. And it looks like... Yes. I got flown off of that. The problem is, look, I still can't grab that power unless I take a leap of faith. There we go. I got my power back. See, leap of faith. That's all it took. But yeah, looks like it does follow the foundation perfectly. That's good. So that means we can use this as a grid for our factory. Now, the train stations I want on this side, because I want the factory overhanging, or not overhanging, but I want the factory near the edge of the cliff here. So then, when you're at the other factories, even the alumina factory and the plates factory, I wish I could ping those, but yeah, you can see, you just about see a little shape in the distance, right there. Yeah, right there. You just about see that shape in the distance. That's the aluminum factory, and then the stator factory, and then the plate factory is just over there. So having all these buildings scattered around the map, I love that we can just see them. And of course, we got the mall, we've got the wire and cable factory as well. And I think what I need to do is I need to put another factory somewhere. I was thinking about another factory somewhere over in this region. I think that would be really cool. As well, like somewhere, because there is a giant hole over there, a giant Just a big old giant sinkhole that I think would be cool to build a factory over, have the factory like down in the hole, like it's underground. But it's a little too small for something like that. But we could, like, say, do a factory like doing smart plating, or the what do you call it? The automated wiring or something. It's just something small, some small factory. But those I do plan on putting in the northern forest anyway. So just some ideas being thrown out. Okay, so like I said, train station's over here. We won't exactly know where the train stations are going to go until we've got, so 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, and we're also going to do a dual line going this way. Okay, I'm going to have to move this, aren't I? Yeah, I don't know why these rails aren't giving me power. I find that really weird. See, they don't give me power till about midway through. And then, yeah, we put a tower here so we can see the nodes in this area. Oop. Yeah, I lost all power. What the heck? Let's put that there. Actually, what I might do, just to make absolutely sure these are straight, put some bracer track in here. Just to be absolutely sure. Or can I run this all the way across? Nope. I'm holding control, by the way, in order to get a straight, perfectly straight piece. Okay, well, at least I know those are going to be perfectly straight now. And we had to move up, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's actually fine. 2, 3. Let's go a little bit further with these. Oh, these are the bracers. Okay. It's like, let's actually do it like this. Yeah, I thought a one-space foundation on the outside of the rail probably good. Probably look a little better. Now, I don't know if this is all going to be supported or not either. Just building it for convenience right now. So yeah, we could have the train stations just past this point. So we could go... Yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Do this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's one of the train stations. Now I know this is going to build over the top, but let's go organization. Or, sorry, production. Let's put a Mark III down.
All right.
All right. Looks like I'm just tall enough to bury it. Yeah, okay, cool. That's all I wanted to know. It's like, am I tall enough to completely bury this thing? Especially she's not saying something about all the foundations I'm putting down. Like, you're wasting so many materials. What is wrong with you? And again, this foundation is just for convenience for right now. I'll clean it up later. Oops. Looks like I'm going to need to get rid of these. Or at least get rid of that one. Oh, what we can do is we can... that. Okay. That way we still got power. I did not hook this up. No. Good. Just making sure. Yeah, I think we'll just mix the train station in with the rest of this. That'll be good. Well, if I'm gonna do that, then there's no point. Let me hook this up to power. I wonder if this will reach. Will it reach? It will. Probably gonna crash my game here in a minute. You see how much it lagged when I placed that. Okay, and I did want to see... see the resources in this area. We got a pure sulfur node over there. But the mall is over here. We can easily put down a train station on that side. Okay, so this one covers... That's not correct. There it is. So that one covers a nice huge section there. So yeah, there's nothing else here that we could... Well, we could possibly grab... well, it's mostly pure, actually. That nitrogen gas, but that nitrogen gas is like far away from anything that could ever need nitrogen gas. But what I was thinking was, it's just like, if I'm just gonna incorporate this SAM node into the rest of the train stations, why don't I just not have an intersection like I planned to? But then I'm just like, maybe. I mean, that nitrogen gas is really far away, though. Yeah, we could just, if we need it, we just build a train line over there. Okay. But that does mean we'll remove all this. Well, maybe not all of it. Let's see. You know what? Actually, yeah. I do like the... Let's move the train stations down this way approach. But it's still too far. Maybe we do just put it here. But then that curve just doesn't make any sense, does it? It goes, woo! Oh, but there's going to be a factory here, so... Well, I kind of want the platform over there, so what if we were to, yeah, just curve this way, bridge, go all the way down this way? Right? Yeah, we just use some bridges and keep the bridges up above here. And we go all the way down to this rock, and then we curve it back around. And then have the train stations facing this way, but like over here instead. Yeah, that might be a good idea. But yeah, for this particular portion, we're just gonna leave it the way it is, I guess. And yeah, we'll put in bridges instead of any kind of supported foundation. I could do it with that, yeah. Alrighty, and sometime later, and a few crashes as well. I keep getting this Unreal Engine Max Objects crash, but I place one item. I don't place like a big blueprint or anything like that, just one item, and it just crashes the game. And it's been happening more and more frequently. That's probably the cause of you know, just how much we have in this world, but hopefully they can get that resolved. You know, something. But yep, we've got our. So I actually decided to lower this down, and I actually had to tear down a whole like 4 or 5 foundations off of the top of this spiral here, so that we were much lower. Because remember, we were like up here ish. And that's kind of where we were sitting as far as height on that rail goes. So now this rail, I actually made this rail a little bit better because we're actually 2 meters higher than this point here. So I left the 1 meter there, and then we just kind of smooth out and level out to go across this bridge. I made it look a little more fortified as well. And then, yep, just put this foundation down. I brought it down because it just wasn't going to be viable to build up that high on this side. This side it would have been extremely high, and on this side it's damn near on the ground. But what I did was I took, because we were up here with our foundation height. That was our foundation height, roughly. It was just above it. It's 2 meters lower, but yeah, that's how high our foundation was. And we brought it down, you know, three foundations or so. And I also decided to, because you know how they're always telling us how dangerous Sam is. So I decided to put Sam inside of a box. And yeah, you can look through the glass and see Sam being mined. Even though they said it is harmless in its crystalline form, we're just going to, you know, put it behind glass to be sure. And I'm still keeping with the theme of blacklight helps keep Sam inert, I guess you could say, or no, safe. So yeah, it's being mined at 600. So we've got the train station here. We've got all 4 train stations. This one's going to be export. I'm actually going to mark this as rotor factory export as well. And plus, now that we've got this done, we'll be able to put some trains down in a minute, in a second, and get those trains going as well. Because we're going to be taking the same thing. We're going to be taking wire and stators, wire and steel pipe, just like we have before. So where's that? Should we do orange and purple right next to each other because it's kind of like Halloween colors? And actually, here's kind of cool. The other one would be black. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, so we'll do rotors, steel pipe, and then we'll copy that. Oh, whoops, that was the wrong one. It's fine. Well, we'll just paste it over here and then edit over here. Okay. Now we need to set all these to unload so we can get our train stations down, or trains down. And when they come back, they'll be able to get us what we need. Alright, so transport, let's get this train going. So this one, I think this one should take that route, but we're gonna see. Should take the route I think it's gonna take, because that would be much, much shorter. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then name it. This is gonna be Wire Train 2. And timetable. Wire. So we have wire factory export, and then you can see I did stators wire import, and we got rotors wire import. So rotors wire import, save changes, turn on self-driving, and off you go. Doing the little F key trick to see where this is gonna go. Oh, you know it's something we don't have though. Is we don't have signals. While that train's going down the spiral, we'll put some signals in real quick. Okay, where? I want to see where this wire train goes. It should go that way. It should go east once it hits this intersection here. It should go east. Go east, please. Please go east. Thank you. At least we'll have more trains using this route now. Good. Ooh, thank you very much. So yeah, this route's going to be used by at least 3 trains now, because we're going to have the stator effect, or the steel pipes as well being brought up. I actually, when I decided to link these train stations together for power, I actually decided to break them up so that when I paint the little thing that goes in between, or the little thing that goes underneath here, because I put my power, I got a little power connector up there, and basically that allows me to connect all the train stations together if I like, or pull power from one side of the train station to the other very cleanly, stuff like that. This is actually connected via a little power connector right below. You can actually see it in there. There's the power connector, and then it goes to the miner. I actually wanted to see when this works here. Okay, it does clip the window a little bit, but I'm not too worried. I'm not gonna let that bother me, because if I do, I'll be here all night trying to fix it. Yeah, we definitely need block signals. Definitely block signals. Okay. And then we're actually, since there's so many train stations here, we're actually going to put block signal there and a block signal here. Block signal here. Block signal there. Block signal there. And then block signal there. So basically, if a train, so the reason we have to put so many block signals is if we have this all as one big block right here, then a train waiting here has to wait for this entire track, all of this, to clear out. Even if the train has to go all the way down to the end here and go to this station, that train has to wait for that to happen, even though it can clearly go to its station. Why is that one breaking? There we go. The signals don't work when they work like that, when they're like that, so. Alright, let me get this other one set up, and then that'll be it for this episode. Alrighty, so now that I've got the 2 trains bringing in material already, everything's looking pretty good so far. But unfortunately, that is going to be it for this episode of Satisfactory. And that's going to be it for the rest of the week, or for this week as well. So next week or next time, we are going to be starting on our rotor factory, getting that built probably right about here-ish. I want to put it right on the edge of the cliff so that you can see it from afar, a decent distance away. I actually had some plans for the factory as well, that what the shell is going to look like. So we'll see how that goes next time, getting that built. But yeah, like I said, that is going to bit. So since it is Friday, hopefully y'all have yourselves a great weekend, and I hope to see you back here on Monday. And also, I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.